There were a lot of little wins, I think, in the last 48 hours.
Dude, I've had a blast.
We were here in Cancun,
Yeah.
learned a lot. I think one of the best things about these types of masterminds is just to understand and learn so much from the individual people, but the content has been pretty killer as well. What's your big takeaways? What are your things that, I mean, here you are running the show here.
Yeah.
But you also do it for a self-serving purpose. Like, you learn along the way as well as, run the show.
Well,
what are your big takeaways?
Dude, cards on the table, the amount of money you make from a mastermind is not worth the time, effort, and energy of a mastermind. I swear to God, that's true.
Yeah.
And anybody who runs a mastermind will tell you that. But what is worth it is the access. Like, I get access to people that are so freaking smart.
Right.
And Perry makes a joke. Somebody's like, oh, what do you do for a living? He's like, people pay me 30 grand to come give me their best ideas every quarter. And that's absolutely true. Like, you just show up and someone's like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this thing. And next thing you know, you're partnered with them and you're off on this endeavor. And so I think one of the takeaways was, don't underestimate any market. Perry Belcher last year started talking about newsletters. Well, actually, let me back up. He's been talking about newsletters for years. Last year, he started pitching me on us doing a newsletter. And I'm thinking, this guy's lost his mind. He's,
newsletters.
Newsletters.
So
Email
old school.
newsletter. I'm like, oh my God,
Really?
dude, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
How about smoke signals?
Right.
How about telegrams, Perry? Why don't we get into telegrams?
Morse code.
Dude, next thing I know, 6 months later, every marketer on the planet has launched a newsletter. He saw the lane first. And you get that here because you find people that are just in their lane and they're the best, they're the absolute best at what they do. One of my favorite speakers was, I'm going to butcher his name and I hope he'll forgive me, but Chris Encarnacion.
Chris Encarnacion.
Did you watch him?
I did.
Dude, he's freaking brilliant. Dude does video, and here's the thing about video.
He's sleeping on the front deck, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's just conked out?
Yeah.
The thing about video is anybody can do video.
Yeah.
And anybody, I hope I'm not going to piss everybody off, including Chris, I think anybody can do video pretty good. I think you and I could start a video production company and we could be 6 out of 10 scale in, 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
But we couldn't be 9 out of 10.
Right.
And the 9 out of 10, when you watched his presentation, he was talking about, yield from VSL and all the data that he watches and the optimization that he does. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just paying attention. I don't remember his last name either, but Pedro. Did you watch Pedro's Wicked Smart?
I did, yeah.
Dude, like the number of data points that kid, I say kid, what a douchebag I am. He just had a major exit.
Yeah.
He spends $1 million a month in ad spend. Well, he's younger than I am, so he's a kid.
Yeah.
But, he dove so deep. He takes every individual split test they run, puts it on a Google Sheet, and monitors every available data point, and then categorizes and catalogs it. And going full circle, and I'm sorry I'm taking so long to answer your question. My big takeaway this time at Driven is you have to dive deep.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bubblegum and duct tape in marketing anymore. And I mean, dude, there are other industries that's true for. You know what I mean? Like, medical devices used to be Uncle Jethro taking some toothpicks and tying them together with a belt because he had an idea, right? But now it's a fully formed industry and you have to have a triple PhD and it's regulated, and it out-sophisticated the ability to shoot from the hip. We got there with digital marketing. We out-sophisticated ourselves from the ability to just do it. Yeah. So now you have to do it the right way, and that's expensive. And I don't just mean money; I mean time.
Right.
Like, dear God, to do the stuff that Pedro was talking about, unbelievable amount of time. But then you look at how much he made. I mean, he made enough to have a nice, big, handsome exit. So
it's a very good exit.
I think this is true for business. Pick your lane, stick to it, maximize the value potential. Have I told you about my hourglass of niching theory?
I don't think so. You've told me about a lot of theories.
I have a lot of theories, Ralph. So this one's underdeveloped. I'm going to pitch it at you. You tell me what you think. Everybody says, oh, you got a niche, you got a niche, you got a niche.